America is on the verge of a historic green energy transition, but U.S. efforts to create a sustainable future for millions of Americans are under attack from China and Russia. Beijing and Moscow want nothing more than to bring America to its knees. They're waging an insidious campaign of economic warfare that threatens American industry, national security, and critical climate goals. Primary target: American-made aluminum. For decades, China, Russia, and other bad actors have flooded global markets with dirty, government-subsidized aluminum that artificially undercuts competitors on price. Unfair trade practices and intentional overproduction have shut down American smelters and closed factories. Thousands of jobs have been shipped offshore. It's cost America billions. But in the 1980s, America produced 30% of the world's aluminum. Today, it's just 1%. Once the top exporter, now the U.S. can't even meet its own demand. Meanwhile, China made up just 10% of global supply in 2000. Today, it dominates more than half the global market. Russia ranks not far behind, with an appetite for more. Aluminum is essential to so much of what Americans rely on today and what we'll rely on into the future. From electric cars, commercial planes, and military jets, to roads and bridges, to solar panels and wind turbines that will power America's green transition. But America's enemies are using trade as a geopolitical weapon. Russia has already executed this playbook in Europe, cutting off energy supplies and shutting down nearly 50% of European aluminum production. China has done the same with critical minerals. These same market manipulations also forced the shutdown of the last remaining U.S. producer of essential military-grade aluminum, making America heavily dependent on foreign suppliers for its national defense. The lesson? Dictators cannot be trusted. Fortunately, the U.S. has fought back. Washington made a national security decision to impose tariffs on foreign aluminum and protect our industry and national defense. These Section 232 tariffs stabilized the sector and enabled American producers to upgrade and invest in their operations, putting thousands of Americans back to work. Then, in 2022, America's leaders took bold and decisive action to create jobs, reinvest in critical U.S. infrastructure, and accelerate America's carbon reduction goals by passing the bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act and the Inflation Reduction Act. And on February 24, 2023, on the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the Biden administration went on offense to protect U.S. producers and American workers from foreign attacks by implementing an additional 200% tariff on the importation of Russian-made aluminum and on third-country manufacturers who use Russian aluminum downstream and try to send their products to the U.S. These policy tools prioritize American-made aluminum and provide vital incentives for increased domestic production and expansion. A thriving domestic primary aluminum industry is central to American prosperity, national security, and the country's climate future. Thanks to a bipartisan effort over the last half-decade, the whole of government can be deployed to revitalize the domestic aluminum industry. Our leaders must work to ensure that these laws, regulations, and policies are executed effectively to protect our national security, our supply chains, and our climate future. The fight is far from over, and Washington can't let up now.